The novels begin to settle the goblins while Shannon, Trusty, and Rachel kept very still, listening hard. The goblins sounded scared. "Oh, I do not like the dark," one whimpered. "Eek, what was that?" "Maybe it was a sea monster." Another moaned. "I cannot see." "Something just swam past me," cried a third, "and I think it was an underwater pork-weasel." "Help!" all the goblins shouted. "We are lost in the dark." Rachel and Kirsty could dimly see Shannon fixing another sparkle to her wand. It feels like a firework lighting up the ocean around them. The goblins stared in amazement at the circling narwhals. "It is not a pork-weasel," one goblin sneered. "It is just the narwhals and the pesky fairies. Give the Twilight Pearl back and we'll rescue you from the dark," Shannon offered. "We know you are scared." "Rubbish," the biggest goblin scoffed. "We are not scared, and we are certainly not giving back the pearl." "Okay, we will go, and I will take my light with me," Shannon said firmly. "No," the goblins shrieked at once. "Please stay," gabbled the biggest goblin, looking terrified. "But we cannot give the pearl back." "Why not?" asked Rachel. "Well, it is just that," the goblin said hesitantly. "We hid the pearl somewhere really safe," another goblin added. "And now we cannot find it," said another sheepishly. "But we know it's under a really big rock," added the big goblin helpfully. Shannon whipped her wand through the water and briefly lit up the sea around them before fading away. In that time, Rachel and Kirsty saw that the area was full of really big rocks. Suddenly there was the booming sound of a ship's horn overhead. The goblins cried out with fear and clapped their hands over their ears. "I think that must be the seafarer's horn," said Rachel. "It's coming to dock in Learmouth because its navigation systems are not working properly." Shannon turned pale. The seafarer would not be able to find its way through the rocks in the darkness caused by the missing Twilight Pearl, she exclaimed. "It might run aground." Rachel and Kirsty glanced at each other in horror. Then Kirsty's gaze fell on the glowing tip of Shannon's wand, and an idea took shape in her mind. The ship would be okay if it had a light to guide it, wouldn't it? She pointed out. "Shannon, could your magic get the lighthouse working again?" Shannon looked excited. "I think it could," she said, "but we will have to hurry." She glanced at the goblins. "Stay here and keep out of trouble," she told them. "When I get the lighthouse working, you will have some light down here." She jumped off her narwhal, patted its nose, then zoomed up towards the surface. Rachel and Kirsty said a quick goodbye to their narwhals and followed. They broke through the water and shot up in the air, then gasped in amazement. The Twilight Pearl had made nightfall, and the sky around them was velvety black and spangled with stars that sparkled like diamonds. It was beautiful. "There is the seafarer," Kirsty shouted, pointing at the faint silhouette of the ship near the harbor entrance. And look at all those rocks in its path, Rachel ended anxiously.